Hey there, it's Erica with the K, or Deep Pursuit is Real, and wanted to do a video this week. I'm trying to commit to trying to do a video at least once a week. So we'll try that first. Anyway, I'd asked for some topics because this is the series of the 40-ish. So the things that I'm dealing with in my 40s, and some of my friends or any of you who have submitted a request dealing with things in my 40s. So, and I'm working with my camera, so bear with me. But anyway, one of the things that I got a lot from various people is finding your happy. And again, this series is focused on the 30 plus, the 40-year-olds, and the ones who've surpassed their 40. So again, the millennials love to have you listen in and to join and participate and interact with me. But I say that to say that at our age, we pretty much know there's no magic wand. There is no secret to happiness. There is no recipe to being happy. It is definitely a personal preference, something that you have to dedicate yourself to on a daily basis. So I'll say I can share maybe 4 things that I've done that has positively impacted my ability to identify, recognize, and feel happy. And what we have to remember is that what works for me, and you just have to take the meat and leave the bones. Get what works, what sounds good, what feels good to you, and leave the bones. So I'm going to start with the first thing. The first thing I did was to change my mindset. So I was the type of person that I'm a Google queen, and I think I mentioned somewhere in one of my social media platforms that I'm Netflix side chick, like totally for me. But I say that to say that I would look up everybody's life that appeared to be successful, all the experts, everyone who seemed really successful in the corporate arena or entrepreneurs or whatever, and try to figure out what they were doing to make them successful, because to me, I felt like success was going to make me happy. Never thought far enough into it that what does it mean to be successful? How do you know you've arrived at success? So that was my number one struggle. Like, I was never enjoying where I was. I never understood how to be still and live in that moment. So when I finally realized that I had to dump all of those checklists to get into better, to being successful, to striving for the best life ever based on what somebody else had experienced, or somebody else was telling me to do, or somebody else was challenging me to do, I dumped the list. Now I will, if I get a nugget or get something that seems like it will improve my experience in this life, then I will grab it and I'll implement it. But these checklists were making me miserable, especially when I was obedient and I did everything that they said that I was supposed to do, and I still walked away probably more stressed than I was, because I felt like I failed. Like, I executed on everything they told me to do, and I still felt empty. So number one, get rid of all of those checklists from those gurus, from those experts who are telling you how to live your life. Secondly, I changed my mindset in the fact that I started working from an area of gratitude versus an area of I didn't have this, I hadn't accomplished this, I hadn't done this. I went to waking up every morning and truly being grateful for what I had in my life, and not the stuff, not the material stuff, because that was something else that I focused the first half of my life on, getting stuff, and that was not bringing me happiness. So I now wake up, and there are mornings when I wake up and there's something that might shoot up in my brain that could stress me, that would have stressed the old Erica, the Erica from over a year ago, that would have her not sleeping, sweating, getting upset and angry at the world and feeling like a failure. But I trained my mind. I had to reprogram my mind to cancel those negative thoughts. So now, if I wake up and there's something on my mind that doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy, doesn't make me feel good, it instantly makes me feel yucky. There's no other way to describe it. I instantly wake up and I feel like if that thought comes up and it comes up and I'm like, ew, it instantly just, it cancels itself. Now, before I started, before I got to this place, I would actually have to say out loud when a negative thought would arise to say cancel it. I cancel that. But now, honestly, when it comes up, I can pretty much push that thing over to the side as if just a knee-jerk reaction now. So it comes with a tremendous focus on it and quickly identifying when that thing can take on a life of itself and just put you in a miserable place. So that's number two, that I try to make sure that I have a grateful attitude, that I am grateful for the good stuff that's in my life. So a roof over my head, steady stream of income, my daughter's success with her career, my mom's health, that she and I can talk on the phone, that she's learning to text, and just things around me are going really well. And again, note, I didn't mention one material thing other than, of course, a roof, shelter. So it is something that we have to have. And then meditation, number 3. So a lot of my friends who are around, they're like, "E, what are you doing? Like, when you meditate, what's on your mind? Like, what are you thinking about?" And I'm like, nothing. I go in and I really just shut my brain down. And that in itself, it took me months, because when I first started, again, so caught up in doing this thing right. You have to do it right. Are you holding your hands right? Are you ramming and are there spirits in this room with me? Just all of that crap, along with the negative thoughts during the day, like, you're doing this wrong, you're stupid, this is not real, this is not a real thing, meditation's for rich people who have money, who are not stressed, you really need to get off this floor and do something positive. These are the things I'm telling myself, like, you're silly for doing this. So all of that is just clogging up my brain with all the other stuff. So for months, I would probably meditate and it would be frustrating. And I would still spend my time, is it 20 minutes yet? You can't sit still for 20 minutes. So all of that, when I finally realized that I had to do it my way, and I think that's, if I were to package it all together, is that whatever you do is going to have to be your way. It has to work for you. It can't work for Erica. It can't work for Russell Simmons or for Oprah. You can take those nuggets from those magnificent people, but you have to build something that works for you, and stop trying to get it right. Who says what is right? Their right is our right. That was the biggest lesson for me, that I have to do what's right for me. It has to feel good to me. It has to make me feel good. And that's where I am now. That's where I am. So I still seek like-minded people, because I am always wanting to learn more and to stretch me. And so that's why I spend a lot of time on social media. I am obsessed with social media. And that's another thing. So that's another area where I have to focus too sometimes, or not focus so much, is to guard my eye gaze and my ear gaze. So watch what comes in and I allow in, versus and not getting caught up in what other people are doing or what looks great, and how I may have missed the mark and didn't take opportunities or didn't take as many risks. I have to also pull back from that type of thing, that type of stuff. So again, no magical wand. you have to truly just focus on what makes you happy. Even if it's just one thing. Watching your child do something awesome, reflecting on a great vacation. I would also play a trick on my mind when I was really stressed, that I would try to find my happy place. And I know that sounds really, really cliche and really silly, but I would really recall like my favorite vacation, or being in my favorite restaurant, or eating my favorite food, or drinking my favorite cocktail, which is lemon drop martini or a Long Island iced tea with pineapple juice versus Coke. So I would program my mind to focus on those things, to get rid of that yucky feeling for a moment, even if it was just for a moment, to just bring in some goodness. So gratitude, getting rid of those checklists, watching your ear gates and your eye gates, and meditation, and again, knowing it's for you. So focusing on self, what works for you, and not everybody else. We get caught up in everybody else's stuff. So anyway, keep the topics coming in. Share this post. I am setting up a YouTube page, so subscribe and follow me. And any topics that you want to cover. Like, again, this is the shit that I'm going through in my 40s. So how to find your happy, not my happy, your happy. This is Erica with a K. Deep Pursuit is real.